all this money, I want to be like him. A lot of the young boys say that. I want to be like X, Y, and Z. I want to be like Ken Carson. I want to have all these money. I want to have all these girls. You are selling your soul when you are engaging with a person who has already sold his soul or sold her soul to the devil just so they can get where they are. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Nyla Solomon here, and for today's video I will be talking about different music artists that we should not be listening to as children of God. So let's get right into it. Now, as a child of God, I do like to listen to music. I like to listen to music of all different genres: pop, rock, hip-hop, reggae, Afro beats, all of those things. But there are certain music artists that we should not be listening to because of their demonic and subliminal messages that they have in their songs or in their music videos to worship the devil and not the Lord Almighty. I am going to start off with a scripture that I think is very important. I have it on my laptop here. This is Psalms chapter 101 verses 3. It says, "I will not look with approval on anything that is vile. I hate what faithless people do. I will have no part of it." This is very important. This is a very important scripture. Why? Because it reminds us, children of God, that we should not partake in anything that is wicked. This is a very important scripture to open up with open the video with, because again, as children of God, we should not be partaking in anything that is wicked, okay, that goes against who we are in Christ. Remember that we are children of God. We are disciples of the living Father, or the Lord Almighty, and we should be living in accordance to that, in accordance to his word, right, and walking in obedience to him. And if we're indulging or engaging in music in these songs that are worshiping the devil, then why are we doing that? We shouldn't be doing that, obviously. So a while back, I created a list of many different artists that we should not be listening to as children of God, and I will be starting with the first one, which is Rema. This is a popular songwriter. He is Nigerian, and he makes a lot of Afrobeat types of songs. If you've heard of him, then we're going to be talking about him, of course. If you haven't heard of him, like I said, he's a Nigerian man who makes a lot of different Afrobeat songs. And a lot of his songs and a lot of his visualizations really do have demonic subliminal messages behind it, worshiping the devil and things of that nature, and not the Lord Almighty. I will be talking about 2 songs from him, and I will be including pictures on the side so that you guys can see what I am talking about. So let's get started. First and foremost, one of his songs that I want to talk about deeply is this song called Ozeba. It's Ozeba. And a lot of his visualizations in his music video obviously has to do with worshiping the devil and not the Lord Almighty. You can see the dark themes, you can see the dark messages behind it with the way in which he portrays himself in the music video. And I think, oops, I actually clicked on the video. It's actually really bad. So yeah, it's not great. As I am watching the video, because I'm watching the video right now, I've never watched the video, but I think it's important that I do watch the video so that I can like include the visualizations and describe what I see in the video and why we should not be listening to him and why we should not be engaging with his music. As I am looking at the video, the way in which his character and demeanor is, it's very demonic. It's very almost like he's chaotic and like not himself. And if you have discernment, then you should already know that by looking at the video and looking at the visualizations, there is obviously something wrong or something like an evil presence that's lingering in the video or in the messages that he's providing in the music or in the song. I will, of course, be also providing lyrics on the side on the screen right here so that you guys can also see what I am talking about. I have many different artists that we are going to be talking about in this video today, so get ready. Okay, for example, there is a lyric that says, hold on, I cannot find it. I just had it. It says here, somebody wicked. Right? That's one of the lyrics. It says, "Rema, what is the matter? I go prove to them somebody badder, somebody wicked." So he's basically proving to you guys that he's a wicked person. He is literally announcing that he's a wicked person. If you already hear that in the song, if you already notice that he says that and that he's claiming to be wicked, we should not even be going any further with the song or engaging with the song. Again, as I'm watching the video, there are many just like demonic things that I am seeing. He's also using his native language, I believe, to include in his song. But like I said, as they're like, see, and not even that, one of the lyrics that says that's in the song says that he's that Nigga, and he says that he is a father figure. The Lord Almighty is a father figure. The Lord Almighty is our Father who art in heaven. Again, if you cannot have discernment and already tell that this is like very demonic, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. And there are a lot of dark themes in the video that I am looking at, and I'm not looking at it to engage in it, but I'm looking at it for research purposes. And like, how, first of all, I've seen and known about Rema since he first started like making music and making songs, and as he progressively got bigger and bigger, he started to get more and more demonic. And I will be talking about another one of his songs before I get into the other music artists that we should not be listening to. But Rema has already sold his soul. I can already tell. I can already see that. And if you cannot, then this video is obviously to help you see that some of these music artists, that a lot of them, they sign contracts and they sell their souls to the devil so that they can be bigger, they can have fame, and so that they can have massive amounts of money. Okay, so as I was doing more research, I just realized that he has 2 music videos that has to do with the same song Ozeba, and one is a lyric visualizer, and then the other one is an official music video. So I wasn't even looking at the official music video, but as I'm looking at the preview of the official music video, I don't even want to watch it because it's that demonic. The preview is that demonic that I'm not even going to allow that into my spirit, and you shouldn't either. Okay, here's the second song that I will be talking about from Rema. The song is called Charm. I used to listen to Rema, but after I started realizing that he was demonic and a lot of his messages were demonic, I cut him off real bad, because I don't like engaging or putting certain things in my spirit that I know is going to irritate me and things of that nature. And you have to be very careful about that. You know, gratify your spirit, don't gratify your flesh. If there are certain things that you know will upset you or will like harm your relationship with the Lord, or just harm you in general, and put certain things in your spirit, then don't engage with it, don't indulge in it, okay? Because it will not help you, it will not benefit you. Now this song Charm, I will be talking about the cover on it. The cover, first of all, is a house. The house has a cross on it. So when looking at this house, I could already tell that this is supposed to represent the church, you know, the house of the Lord. First of all, there are many other like symbolisms in the cover. First of all, the house is on fire. The house is on fire and the house is upside down. And because there's a cross on the house, the house being upside down makes the cross upside down. Now, we already know what that means. I don't even have to go further into that. We already know that when people wear upside down crosses, that they're openly, whoa, can I not say that right? They are openly worshiping the devil, and they are openly disrespecting the Lord Almighty. There's not much to say about that. That's exactly what this cover is doing. Now the next music artist that I'm going to be talking about is Burna Boy. This is another Nigerian artist or songwriter who makes Afro beats, and a lot of his music, you can't really tell that there's a lot of demonic things going on, but I do remember that one song that he made, he said, and I quote, "I'm not holy." And that stood out to me a whole lot. Like, it was very clear, it was very precise, he said it in English too. Some Afrobeat singers or songwriters, some Nigerian people who sing music or does music, okay, they sometimes switch they switch between their native language and English. So the fact that he said that in English, He's literally telling you that he's not holy. I'm trying to find the song. I will have to do some research. Give me 1 second. Okay, I found the song. The song is called Last Last by Burna Boy, and it says that she manipulate my love, I know holy. And it goes on to the other lyrics in the song. That is one of the things that I realized when listening to the song one day. I was like, whoa, hold up. What are you talking about? Why is that needed? And like I said, in the song, it is so clear, it is so precise that it's not something that you can miss. It's right there in front of your face. So this is another artist that we should not be listening to. Although a lot of his songs seem to be like friendly and okay, it's not really too much going on. I can already see that this is another artist that will become big, or will start to get much bigger, and has already sold his soul and is already deciding that he's not holy, as it says in one of his songs. Okay, for the third artist that we will be talking about, Ken Carson. A lot of young people, a lot of young adults, a lot of teenagers like to listen to this artist, Ken Carson. Yeah, no, we should not be listening to Ken Carson. Sorry, not sorry. He is very demonic. A lot of his stuff is very demonic. A lot of what he promotes is sex, lust, drugs, alcohol, sleeping with a bunch of women, and obviously just worshiping the devil. That's all he talks about in his songs. Now, was I a victim of listening to his songs and listening to his music? Yes. But after realizing what he was about, I cut him off completely. If you look at his album covers, which I will put up on the side here on the screen, right? If you look at his album covers, he has upside down crosses with his chains, right? He has chains on, like this chain right here. Of course, it's an actual cross because I love the Lord Almighty, okay? That's the only King of all kings that I will forever praise and worship, okay? I don't care. Now, like a chain like this, a bigger chain, right? He has an upside down cross on it. We already know what that means. There's not much to say about that. But we also have to look at what he's promoting in his music. Lust, promoting drugs and alcohol. And a lot of young teenagers are listening to this and they're thinking that it's cool. They're thinking that it's fun. And they're wanting to practice these same things, which is why it's important to be careful what you engage with and what you feed your spirit or your soul, because these things can most definitely take roots in either bad ways or good ways. And what I mean by that is that whatever you engage with, okay, and you allow in your spirit and your soul, okay, it will either produce fruits or it will either produce something that's unholy, unrighteous, and that you don't want that. You don't want to be a part of that, right? Which is why it's important to spend time in the Lord's presence, why it's important to spend time in the Lord's word, okay? Those are things that we should be feeding our spirit and our soul. Here's one of the songs from Ken Carson that I think should be a number one reason as to why we should not be listening to him. One of his songs is named, one of his songs is named Fighting My Demons. If Ken Carson has demons and you're listening and engaging into the song, you also will be fighting with demons. Why? Because you're engaging with his demons. His song literally says fighting my demons. Why are we listening to a song like that and bumping and grinding? Yeah, like, oh yeah, this song is hard. What are we doing? Here's another song that should stand out to you. More Chaos is one of his other songs. Now, the Lord is not a chaotic father, okay? He does not bring chaos. He brings peace. You know who brings chaos and who brings chaotic things to people, especially children of God? The devil. The devil loves chaos, okay? And if there's a song called More Chaos by Ken Carson, hello, this is like literally right in front of your face. And if you look at the videos, if you look at the music videos, you can obviously tell. Like, this is what they're promoting. Why are we listening? Why are we engaging in these demonic songs? Why? Because it's cool? No, it's not cool. It's setting you guys up. See, look. Wait, no, this is another, is this one of his songs? I think Ken Carson is in this song, but as I'm looking at Ken Carson's list of songs, one of the songs that he has is called Money and Sex. Need I say more? Okay, this is another, this is like a duo, a hip-hop duo, as it says on Google. This is It has two members in this. It's like a music group. I don't know how to explain it. It's a music group, okay, with two people, two members, right? It's called Homicide Gang. Homicide Gang is the name of, whoa, what is this cover? I'm sorry, I'm looking at Google. I'm doing research to give you guys proper information. Um, I started listening to Homicide Gang because I thought that their songs were cool, and whatnot. But as I was looking and doing more research and seeing what they were about, seeing what they were speaking about, and things of that nature, it was obviously clear that they had sold their souls to the devil, and that they are demonic, and they are not holy, and that they're unrighteous and wicked, and that they openly worship the devil. Why do I say that? I will put a cover again on the screen on the side of me. A lot of their covers have upside down crosses on it, and they used to hide it in plain sight, right? But like I said, once you have discernment and you see it, get rid of it completely, okay? Don't linger around it. Don't stay around it. Don't engage with it, okay? Like, I remember there's one cover where they had t-shirts on. There were white t-shirts and they had silver jewelry on, but in plain sight you could see that they had an upside down cross on their chain. And this is again why it's important to have discernment, because a lot of people, they would not see that, they would miss that, and would still listen to their music. A lot of what they're talking about, guns, murder, I don't know if they talk about sex, but oh look, and the image is right here. Like I said, I'll put it up on the screen. Like, literally, the cross, the chain, right, the chain that they have with the upside down cross is on the eye. So they have a t-shirt where it says homicide, right, and on the eye they have the upside down cross on it. And they did that, why? Because they didn't want people to see it. They didn't want people to know, like, hey, I sold my soul, quote unquote, so like, this is what I'm representing. They didn't want their audience to see that yet. But again, as a child of God, I have discernment, so I could already see, or I been saw, that they had an upside down cross, and I was like, whoa, I gotta cancel you now. Like, I can't be listening to you now. Why we gotta promote this? And even this, like, these flyers and all these other things that they have that they're promoting, you can just tell it's demonic. Just looking at it makes my stomach turn. I can't, like, I don't even want to look any further. But yeah, this is what they're promoting. Murder. A lot of I think a lot of their songs have to do with murder. But not only that, it's just what they're presenting, or the visualizations that they're presenting in their music and their songs and their album covers and everything like that. Like, you don't even have to go into the lyrics. Once you see that upside down cross, and once you see those dark music videos and all the dark themes in the music videos, cut it off. That's it. That's all you have to do. Cut it off. Once you see those things, cut it off. Don't even listen. Don't even engage. I can't, like, no, we're not engaging in things of that nature. Okay, the next artist that I will be talking about, Kodak Black. I don't know about anyone else, but whenever I see Kodak Black on interviews, or when I see him in general, he makes me sad. I feel like he hangs around a lot of people who just aren't great, which is why, again, it's important. There's a scripture that talks about surrounding yourself with like-minded people and not foolish people. And I feel like that's exactly what happened to Kodak Black. He was surrounded by a lot of people. He also sold his soul to the devil, and now he's just gone, I guess you could say. He's a Florida rapper and singer / songwriter. A lot of his songs are demonic as well. A lot of his messages are demonic as well. But also his demeanor is demonic. When you look at him in interviews, when you look at him in general, he has this dark presence in him. And again, this is why I say it's important to have discernment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, every time I look at him, he just makes me sad. He just makes me sad. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me sad. I don't even know how to explain it to you. He just makes me sad. I don't know that much about Kodak Black, but I do know there is this one song called Tunnel Vision, right? And one of the lyrics that he says, and I quote, let me not quote, let me just look it up. This song specifically makes me sad, right? Because it's almost like he is screaming or crying out for help in plain sight, right? Here's the lyrics, right? Or some of the lyrics. It says, "My mama told me, boy, make a decision. Right now I gotta keep a tunnel vision. They sending all my homies on a mission and I ain't trying to miss out on these millions." If that doesn't scream sacrifice, I don't know what does. It is obviously stating in this song that they've made a decision to sell their soul, to keep on this journey so that they can make a bunch of money. And that's a lot of what celebrities and music artists do. They sign a contract, they sell their souls to the devil, they come together with many other music artists and many other elites, right? They make all this music, they spread demonic messages, and they get all the money that they want. But at what cost? They're selling their soul. And once you sell your soul, that's it, you're done. Here's another part that really stuck out to me that also makes me very sad. It says, "My mama told me, kill these niggas, son, keep it going. I'm thug to the bone, but I'm still her baby boy." What? His mama is telling him to kill people, to keep it going. What, does that not scream sacrifice to you? A lot of people, they sacrifice children, they sacrifice people to keep their fame and to keep the money flowing. If you don't know that and if you don't understand that, then I'm sorry, but that's just truth. A lot of people, a lot of elites, a lot of government officials, I don't care, okay? A lot of music artists, a lot of celebrities, okay? Even entertainment celebrities or people who are on TV and in movies and shows, TV shows, they sell their soul, and sometimes they do it by sacrificing children, sacrificing people, okay, so that they can be famous and so that they can gain money and so that they can have a name, okay, or a brand name, whatever. Okay, a lot of them do that. If that doesn't tell you that that's exactly what Kodak Black is doing, then I don't know what to tell you. Why would he include that in the song if he's not doing that? Let's think about it for a second. The last and final artist that I'm going to be talking about, or music artist that I'm going to be talking about, is Trippie Redd. Now, like I said, I love to listen to music of all genres, so I did used to listen to a lot of Trippie Redd. I really like his voice and everything like that. But when you look at his songs, when you look at his messages, when you look at his demeanor and his character, it is also very demonic, okay? If you look at his Instagram page, very demonic themes as well. He is a singer, a rapper, a songwriter, right? And again, a lot of his songs, a lot of his demeanor is very demonic, and I don't condone that type of behavior. When you look at certain music artists and when you look at certain songs and music videos, sometimes it will not always be the visualization, sometimes it won't always be the lyrics, but you also have to look at the demeanor and the character of the person behind the music, because a lot of the times those are the different things that are shown to show that the person is worshiping the devil or has sold their soul, right? So a lot of the times you may not see it in their songs or in the music that they promote. Sometimes you might see it in their demeanor when you go to a concert or when you look at some interviews that they may have, which again, this is why discernment is important, man. There is a song that I used to like listening to called Love Scars. If you look at, his lyrics as well, if you look at his cover, very demonic. One of his lyrics, or some of the lyrics that he has right here, right, it says, "Devil in me make me mad." That's one of the lyrics that he has in the song. I quote, "Devil in me make me mad." I don't have to say anything about that. Like, it's right in front of y'all's faces. You just have to ask the Lord for discernment, and you just have to do your research. It's plain and simple. And some of the music artists, right, they will try to hide it in plain sight, okay? They will try to mumble and include a hard beat so that you don't hear any of the things that they're talking about or saying. But then some of them will openly and explicitly and precisely and clearly state that they are wicked, that they worship the devil, and that this is what they're about. There's not much more to say about that. And it makes me very sad too, because I feel like all of what you're doing, like all of what people are doing just so that they can be famous, just so that they can have money, it's not worth it. It's not worth losing your soul. It's not worth losing your life. It's not worth killing someone else or sacrificing someone else so that you may be able to be famous and have a name or have a title. And I think that's very important for all people to know, not just children of God, but all people to know that this is what we are dealing with. These are the people who are out in the world, okay, constantly sacrificing people just so that they can have more money in their pocket, constantly sacrificing people just so that they can be famous. And we are indulging, we are engaging, we are giving these people more and more money, thinking that it's okay, and they are dragging you with them. You are thinking this is a hard song, this is a hard beat, this is a cool song, and whatever, and this is a cool person, he got all this money, I want to be like him. A lot of the young boys say that, I want to be like X, Y, and Z, I want to be like Ken Carson, I want to have all these money, I want to have all these girls. You are selling your soul when you are engaging with a person who has already sold his soul or sold her soul to the devil just so they can get where they are. And they are dragging you with them. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Anyway, you guys, I hope this video has helped you. I hope it's given you some insight on some of the music artists that we should not be listening to. If you guys want me to do a part 2, please let me know. I will do one for you guys. There are many music artists that I think should be talked about and should be mentioned, that we should stay away from as children of God, and just in general. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys want me to do a part 2, I will, again, most definitely do so. I love you guys. I love all of you. Remember that the Lord loves you more. Remember to seek the Lord with all of your hearts and continuously praise and worship the Lord Almighty. Nobody else, nothing else, okay? The Lord Almighty comes first. Bye, you guys.